Good afternoon everyone and welcome to this week's update. What a difference the sun makes. Suddenly the sun is shining, it's spring, the vaccine rollout is going brilliantly and it all feels just that little bit closer to where we can get back to some normal and maybe get back to normal life, and I think that's really exciting. I'm really excited about the 8th of March and the opening for all families and all students in all year groups, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So there are two videos I'm going to do today. The first is about reopening of school, and the second then is about GCSE results for years 10 and 11 and how the grading basically and what we're going to do there. So two separate videos. So first of all, just wanted to say thank you to all families and all children who have supported us during this period. It has been an incredibly challenging period. The educational impact on the children in our school has been immense, and we know we're going to have a huge job to make sure we get them to where they want to be. And also the well-being and the social impacts and all of the other things we're going to feel as we go through, and we don't underestimate that at school. But what we do know is we've got brilliant teachers, and what we do know is that with your help together, as a community, as a school, as a partnership with yourselves, we will give our children the best chance possible. I still want them to have this voice to change the world, because our kids are brilliant and our community is brilliant, and why shouldn't they have every opportunity to go out and just be incredible young people? So the 8th of March we're going to open the school up to every single year group, and we're going to have the same processes and procedures as we did in September, so the same staggered start times. So those are on the screen now for primary, for secondary and for the accelerator provision. The reason why we're doing this, firstly, it means we can get kids back to school really quickly and start teaching them. That's where they should be at this time. When school is open, they should be in school, and we can't wait to see them. The second thing is the fact that we only have 27% of families who have given consent for testing. That means that we don't need to have a staggered start. We will test throughout the day. We've got a mobile testing unit which will go to the zone where the children are learning, we'll call the children out of lessons, we'll get them tested, we'll put them back into lessons. If that test is positive, obviously we'll then have the usual procedures, which is where we'll contact the family, and the family and that child will have to isolate for 10 days. And they can access the remote learning as they have been. So we know that process. That's the same process as what we had before Christmas. And I think it's important to remember the infection rates are dropping. They're still higher than national, but they're much lower than they were in November. And we managed it really, really well. So school is still as safe as it can be. But we've got to remember the social distancing guidelines. We've got to remember the fact that we need hand washing as soon as we come into the building and regular hand sanitisation. The one-way system to make sure there is a flow of children and they're not passing on the corridors. Face masks and face coverings whenever you're inside. That's inside lessons and outside of lessons on the corridor. And that's really important that you support us with that. What the science is showing us, and the better understanding we have, this is an airborne disease. This is transmitted through speaking and through all of the other things. If we're not careful with face coverings, that increases the chance of infection, which also means we'll have ventilation. Obviously, with it getting slightly warmer now, we can throw open the windows. We've got the ventilation machines inside the classrooms, but that's one of the most important things we can do. So make sure your child's got a coat, jumpers, vests on, just to keep them warm, because we're still not into that really nice warm spring light. It's still a little bit chilly out there. So we've got all of the usual procedures we have done that we did before September that we need your support with. But I know as we had before, we closed at Christmas, and it was brilliant, and we had all your support. So thank you very much for that. As regards what's coming up in the future, obviously, this has had an impact, as we've said, on not only the academics but also the well-being. So we'll be making sure that tutors are talking to children. We've got lots of different things planned to make sure that we support anybody who's had a challenging period. But the best thing we can do is get back to normal as quickly as possible. Get back to high-quality lessons. Get back to those expectations, those routines, that rigour that you've come to expect from us, and I know that you'll want from us. So, as I say, just repeat those key messages. Monday the 8th of March, everybody back to school as usual. That's from reception to year 11. They are the same times as we have done in September, and they're on the screen, as I say. We're also going to send all of this information out in a letter as well on Monday. And then it'll be staggered finishes, testing throughout the day. Obviously, you will also be having home testings. Now, we'll have to have that on a basis of trust. And again, if you're testing your child at home, then please do let us know if it's a positive test so that we can put all the processes in place. And any child who is isolating, obviously it'll be for 10 days, as has been previously. And we've got the same system that if there is an infection in school, we will work out who is a close contact, we'll communicate that with families, and again, they'll have to isolate for 10 days. So that's it from me for this video. If you're in year 10 and year 11, or you just want to know what's happening with GCSEs, then please do see the second video that I'm about to do. And thank you very much. We look forward to seeing all of the children again on March the 8th, and I shall speak to you again soon. Take care. Thanks very much, everyone, and keep safe.